Shalom, shalom, call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name is only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar from the Prophets of Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, taught us this truth and truth is sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. And real quick, I want to touch on this video you just saw on the screen. It says, two brothers who broke into a gun shop arrested after a friend identified them for a $20K reward. You say, okay, so for $20,000, their friend betrayed them. And that's the point of this video that I want to touch on, about how their friend betrayed them for $20,000. All right, because we're coming into a time where many people are going to be, but betrayed by their own friends, so-called friends, and ultimately, be destroyed. Now, what these men were doing was absolutely wicked. They were stealing these guns, but it's crazy how they thought they had a friend, but then at the end of the day, their own friend was the one that betrayed them for $20,000. And I say that to say this: those of us that teach this truth and righteousness sake, and sharing this word or even believing this word, expect your friends to turn on you, man. Okay, your family that's not with it, that don't get it, they're going to ultimately become an enemy. Okay, and they're going to switch up they just might switch up on you, and when those bounties come out and when we're being persecuted, it's going to be the ones you least expect that's going to turn on you. It says, this is the book of This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Okay, so we're going to be betrayed, man. You're going to be betrayed by your parents, by your brethren, your kinsfolks, your friends, the ones who you was, you may have spent your whole life around these people. And they're going to be the ones that betray you. Okay, because ultimately, if the people are not in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, if they don't, and they're not on the same, have the same understanding as we have through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, Esau is going to get in their minds and make them turn against you. They're going to demonize us, say all types of evil against us. And then you're going to find out that your so-called friend is not much of a friend after all. Okay. Let me go here.
So, you've taken up running. Apple Watch has taken up a few.
Salakia. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 16. It says, let's go here. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go. We'll go to Ecclesiasticus, or the book of RAWCHAA, chapter 6, verse 6. It says, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. Okay, so you're supposed to have one counselor above 1,000. Don't make everybody your friend. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And we're going to come into a time of Jacob's trouble, and we're going to be persecuted. And a great example is right here, when these guys, they was doing something wicked, and they was actually in trouble. And their friends did not abide. Their friend, ratted them out. They probably would have got away with it if it wasn't for that phony friend. Okay, it says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will in the day of thy affliction, who will not continue in the day of thy affliction. You know, and that's what happened. You know, obviously this friend wasn't a real friend, and when it was time for them to be afflicted, you know, and their friend didn't continue being a friend to them. It says, but in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends. Okay, they should have thought about that, man. Before they went and did this crime, they should have thought about, you know, am I going to be identified by one of my own friends? You know, no. When somebody do a crime, you know, you do a crime with the hopes of getting away. You know, that's why they had their faces all covered up. And they really not smart, because it showed them right here with their shirts off and their tattoos showing. You know, so they're really not that bright. But, you know, it's probably a spare moment thing. And, you know, it's not going to cost them, you know, a great portion of their lives. It probably was, you know, selling these guns on the street, too. You got a lot of crime going on, and a lot of guns and stuff, and, you know, are getting snatched up, and it's been sold out on the street, you know, and it's getting people killed. It says, verse 14, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that has found such an one hath found a treasure. Nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Okay, those that fear the Lord and trust in the Lord, that's where you're going to find real friends. Well, if you're in the world, you know, dealing with niggas in the world, you're not going to have no friends, man. The scripture, there's no, well, not the scripture, but there's a saying that there is no honor amongst thieves. Okay, so these people have no honor. They have no integrity. And they're telling your ass when the time come. Okay? They're going to tell your ass, man. And for the right price, even your own parents going to turn on your ass, man. It's lucky. Even your own parents going to become your worst enemy. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Yeah, all they that live godly in YAHAWASHI HaMashiach shall suffer persecution. You see, so we're going to suffer persecution, man. All right, we're going to be chased down, you know, hunted. Okay. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So you got these demons out here, these people that have no understanding. They're waxing worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. It says, but continue in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. So hey, stay in the spirit, man. You know, just continue to stay in the faith, continue to believe, continue to, you know, do the right thing, not the wrong thing. You know, and beware of, you know, the enemy, man. Take heed, okay? With that being said, Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Bible Ball.